Good morning, I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you. Going to spend some time talking to you about you and your business. We've got a lot to talk about on today's program, so we're going to get straight to it. Let's talk to Richard Milam. He is with a company called Milam, sorry about that, enablesoft.com. And he wrote an article for us recently over at usdailyreview.com. In fact, you can find the article over there today. HEWLETT-PACKARD and others reduce labor costs by restructuring their workload. And it doesn't sound like a particularly sexy article by the title, but it's a very important one and deals a lot with innovation, which is dramatically changing the way we all work. And Richard, welcome to the program.
Good to be with you, Kevin.
Yeah, kind of give us your elevator speech. Get us started with that.
Well, we are the early innovators of what's called robotic process automation. When we started developing it 20 years ago, we're just trying to help banks move data when they bought other banks. This has grown into a business that serves companies in 14 industries with technology that enables their knowledge workers and subject matter experts to handle data emergencies by automating data movement between systems as a human would move it. Our customers are able to train their knowledge workers, and I'm not talking about rocket scientists, IT people. I'm talking about the people that run the business every day that resort to manually keying in a bunch of stuff. Sometimes if they don't have technology to automate it, well, we put technology in their hands at the right time that's easy to use, where they can create automations between systems that the system thinks a human is doing it, but it's really a robotic type process. And this is changing the world. It's now, this robotic process automation name came about a couple of years ago, and they expect the business to be very, very, very big. It's been done in big IT shops for quite a while, but it required a lot of technical finagling to make it work. Mm-hmm. We've put the cookies on the lower shelf, so to speak, so that the average person who just wants to help their company get ahead, be more profitable, be more efficient, get things done today, and not have to, introduce the grueling work of manually inputting data and the errors associated with it.
Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about, first of all, this sounds almost sci-fi-ish. There's a lot of stories out there and even books about, the last person to be left working. And that guy's job would be to make sure all the machines are doing what they're supposed to be doing. Everyone else can enjoy a leisurely life. It kind of feels more and more like that.
Yeah, you could go there with it. But it's really just practical stuff. Once, this robotic process automation, the humans are still creating the rules. All right, we don't have really even anywhere really machines, maybe the IBM machine that really thinks. Machines are rules processors. So we tighten the loop between the human being able to put the rules together and change them and be on top of managing what the machines are doing. It is just a natural evolution in the IT landscape. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. For years when we came out with PCs, all the mainframes still owned the data, and the executives that have a PC on their desk with a spreadsheet couldn't get the data. Well, the business people win eventually. They get the power to get that data and manipulate it because the business people run the business. The business people are winning again this time with robotic process automation because now they can do integrations and migration safely and securely through the user interface of applications, just like they would do. It's a force multiplier for their work processing versus being abdicating all authority to a computer.
So, Richard, we're talking again to Richard Milam. Great article right now over there at usdailyreview.com. I want to encourage you to check it out. Tell us a little bit about your clients. What kind of verticals are you working with, the size of those companies, et cetera?
Well, we've been focused on the banking market for years. So, the majority of our customers are banks. We have 5 of the 15 largest banks, 30% of the largest 1,000, and one of my favorite numbers is 30 of the top 100 performing banks as customers. And healthcare would be second, both payers and providers, and then everything from law firms to manufacturers to telecommunications companies. This data friction or these manual unstructured processes exist in every business, and it's business when you need to move at the speed of business. You can't wait for the next generation of technology that's going to be integrated with everything else to come along. You have to do it today, and in reality, there's very few entities. Apple may be the exception where everything's integrated because one entity makes the hardware, the software, and provides the store. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In the real world, people want best-of-breed applications to do certain things, and there's a natural barrier in some places for people to interface with those systems.
Talk a little bit about I'm hearing a lot of large end companies, but also a lot of smaller businesses that are going to be exploiting this. Is this going to become, as they like to say, more democratic? Is this going to be able to become more and more accessible to businesses of all sizes?
Well, I like to say, Kevin, that small is the new big, because it really is. The internet is leveled the playing field for many businesses. This technology will again level the playing field even more, because they can do things faster and quicker and at the speed of business where larger companies are still waiting for their IT department to design and approve a certain function. Mm-hmm. This is really a force multiplier for the smaller business, and we have products that are priced for the smaller business that can be downloaded from our website.
Richard Milam, I appreciate you so much for being with us today. Check out his great article, Hewlett-Packard and others reduce labor costs by restructuring workload, over at usdailyreview.com. It's in the technology section. Very smart article. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Hey, thank you so much, Kevin. It was a pleasure.
When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com, and this is The Price of Business.